This video is going to highlight 7 differences between the 2016 Blood Bowl box set and the new 2020 Blood Bowl box set. So first of all, let's open the 2016 Blood Bowl. Now, I've got a copy of Death Zone Season 1 in here that didn't come with the box set, but it was an additional add-on that you pretty much wanted to play this as a league game. It comes with a card, 2 teams, templates, rulebook, pitch, special play cards, 2 sets of dice, all the bases you need, and a couple of dugouts. In addition, in this box, there are some transfers. So let's see how that stacks up against the 2020 box. Which, as you can tell from this, I have not opened yet. So now, the Season 2 box set. We've got some colour-coded teams. Team 1, an Orc team, Team 2, Human team, star players. It's a difference. The same exact template for throwing. Another one of these cardboard divider things. The updated Season 2 rulebook. Bag of bases, same as before. Two sets of dice. I guess same as before, slightly different colours. Blood Bowl field, and this time a slightly different set of transfers. So here's the old transfers, the bigger sheet, here's the new transfers. So let's get on to the key differences. You might have noticed that my 2016 version of this has not been opened yet. Key difference for me, and probably the biggest difference in this set, is that before, in the last version, you got this Orc team. Now you've got a Black Orc team, but the difference between the Orc team and the Black Orc team, to me, or the main difference for anyone who's going to buy it, is this team needed some expansion to be the full set. It didn't have enough blitzers in it to be the proper team that you'd actually want to play on the field. The Black Orc team comes with 6 Black Orcs and enough Goblins to fill out the rest of the positions. And there's also a star player in there, Varag Gulchur, as well. So this basically gives you a team, Blood Bowl Season 2 gives you a team that is ready to play out of the box. You don't have to go and buy anything, all you have to do is build it and paint it and it's good to go. The old version, to get a proper team that you'd want to play in a league, you were going to have to go and buy some additional players, some additional Black Orcs or Blitzers. It didn't have the full positional allowance that you wanted. The same can be said of the Human team. So the old Human team, 2 blitzers, 2 throwers, 2 catchers, and the rest linemen, I think. The new Imperial team, which is also a nice touch, that it's an actual new team that you won't already have. I already had some humans from the previous box set, so it's a bit different from that again. So it's kind of far more useful. So this one comes with a team that you're going to be able to build and play out of the box, and it also comes with Griff Overwald. Is this him? No, that's some referees. Some referees as well. There we go. That's another difference I should have pointed out. So difference 1, the teams are actually playable out of the box. You don't need to go and buy anything. Difference 2, you get some referees, some nice little cool touches. There are 2 star players included in the new season box. Difference 3, you get a proper full hardback rulebook instead of this kind of floppy thing that, you know, personally I like a nice quality rulebook if I'm going to have the rules in paper, I want it to be something nice. I don't just want them to be there for the sake of it. So the new 2020 version of the rules is a far more complete rule set. This basically has the sort of pamphlet style rules in the 2016 version, and it's kind of built to have lots and lots of add-ons added onto it, so that basically there was far more parts to sell. Pitches. Now, let's see how these two pitches compare. So as you can see, I most definitely did not use my last copy of Blood Bowl, the 2016 version. I played a bit online, but I haven't actually played a physical game of Blood Bowl for quite a while. So here's the difference between the new pitches and the old pitches. Both of them are double-sided. This is the new version. Now, the new version comes with a grass field on one side and Astro Granite on the other. Old version, there is a, I guess, designated as a human side on one side of the field and an orc pitch on the other side. So the fourth major difference being that the pitches are themed for different Blood Bowl pitches rather than for the teams in the box. I actually quite like the new version with the Astro Granite on one side and grass on the other. Now, fifth thing I'm going to look at, and this is something that I am not so sure that I like better. Here's the dugouts. The old dugout and the new dugouts. So both of them are double-sided. They had an orc dugout and they had an orc dugout and a human dugout on the old one. Here's the orc side. I'll pull this off too, so it's not quite so shiny. I didn't know you'd get to watch a guy unwrapping a Blood Bowl dugout from 4 years ago. Pretty exciting stuff. So yeah, here's the old dugouts. Not that much better for glare, I suppose, with the wrapper off. But old dugouts, you've got the human side and you've got an orc side. Both of them are double-sided, much bigger. I actually think these are preferable for gameplay. I prefer using the human side, and I think the spaces and the numbers and stuff are really good and visible and makes it easy for you to see what your opponent's doing too. The new ones, much smaller, they've got a side themed for the grass pitch and a side themed for the Astro Granite pitch, rather than team versus team. I'm not sure whether I like these dugouts. They're a little bit too small for my liking. They'll probably work when you've got more, when you've got a lack of space in your house or whatever and you're trying to play on a small table. But at the same time, I prefer having the big, easy to view numbers so you can see what you're doing and what your opponent's doing. So difference number 6, these cheat sheets. The old version of it is much harder to read in my opinion. The new one has got a nicer, blockier colour scheme, and yeah, it just makes the game simpler to play for a new player. Now, getting onto that, my opinion of what these games were intended for, or what these who these box sets are intended for. The previous 2016 version of the Blood Bowl box set, as demonstrated by the fact that I haven't opened it for 4 years, basically seemed to be based at new players. The teams weren't complete. They didn't allow you to play straight out of the box with a proper Blood Bowl team that you'd want to take to a league or a tournament. The 2021, on the other hand, basically provides you with enough that you could actually just go take this team, paint it up and play in a tournament or play in a league straight away. No real hassles. So this one here, this new 2nd edition version, has more complicated teams in it. Teams in the box set have got more rules. There's star players as well. So basically you're looking at a box set that probably is more suited to an entrenched Blood Bowl player, someone who loves board games or who's already a player of games like 40k or Fantasy or one of those other sort of Games Workshop products. Blood Bowl 2020 2nd Season Edition is, in my opinion, definitely not aimed at little Timmy who wants his first board game. Although I'm sure there's going to be thousands of people buying it for those little Christmas gifts for kids that are sort of too young to understand the game, and they probably will have a good time playing it. So yeah, it's not too bad, I think. One more difference I thought I'd probably cover. This is the 2016 version of the game, and it comes with some special play cards, some player cards, miscellaneous mayhem, that sort of stuff. Now, although I just said that the 2016 version seemed to be built with the intention of having lots and lots of add-ons, the 2020 version actually has these sorts of things as an add-on. So 2016 did come with some special play cards that you now have to buy separately, which is a little bit of a consideration. But once you've taken that into account and looked at the fact that the rulebook's better, it's a nicer quality item, There's a little downside on the Dugouts being a bit smaller, but that could be an upside for you. The teams in the new 2020 season Blood Bowl box set are far better than the ones in the old set, and they also expand into somewhere new. So there's Blackheart teams and Human Noble teams. So both of those things basically ensure that you end up with people who've already got Blood Bowl teams having a good reason to buy the entire box set. So yeah, I think if you're in two minds about whether or not to pick up the second season edition, maybe you're looking at your first Blood Bowl box set, don't go and get one of the cheaper second hand or new old stock versions of Blood Bowl from Amazon or somewhere like that. Instead, pick yourself up the new 2020 version. It's actually worth it, and there'll be more people using the rules. The rules of the games themselves are actually pretty similar, but there's enough differences to make it worth your while to have the new rule set. Differences in the way scales are earned and that kind of thing. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at both of the old and new Blood Bowl box sets. I do have some other ones as well that are open, from probably the 90s, the big one with Morg on the cover. If you want to have a look at that, then let me know. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here, so hope you've enjoyed the video. See you later. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, do all that.